The advice I'm sharing today on day 4 of the Abundance Challenge could genuinely change your life. I know that's a really big claim, so watch on to find out why. I'm going to get right into it and say the key to thinking abundantly is to stretch your timelines. So if you're one of those people who've been in situations before and you're always thinking about the next thing, you seem to be rushing, you seem to be in short-term thinking, this video is for you. Most of us are actually conditioned to think in the short term, and that's because we're stuck in a society where we live from paycheck to paycheck, holiday to the next holiday, year in, out, following monthly cycles where it's all very short term. And I want to encourage you to change the way you think and think in the longer term. And this actually uses a different part of your brain. So your amygdala, which is where fear comes from, is all about scarcity, short-term thinking. But when you're thinking in an abundant way, you start using your prefrontal cortex, which is much more around problem solving and creative thinking. So let me show you exactly how this works in reality. Let's take growing a YouTube channel as an example. So say your goal was, I want to get to 100,000 subscribers and I want to go viral on YouTube. Now, scarcity short-term thinking would have you in a situation where you do a couple of videos, you put a lot of pressure on yourself to do it straight away, and then when nothing seems to happen, you think, oh, this is useless, and you just quit. If you thought in a much more abundant way and got your prefrontal cortex involved instead, you would stretch those timelines out and say, give yourself to the end of the year to get 100,000 subscribers. You would then approach how you did your channel in a completely different way. You wouldn't just do a couple of videos. You'd know that every single video you did, whilst it didn't have a huge impression or impact, was you building evidence for yourself that you can do it, and you would just keep going. As that pressure wasn't on yourself in the short term and you're thinking more in the longer term, you keep going because you know that you've got a much longer time frame to get to your goal. And this is where the real beauty of abundant thinking comes in, because you have a compound growth effect once this starts happening. Because you're thinking in the longer term, you don't have this scarcity mindset and you start to have much more strategic decision making about your decisions. So you can have sort of a series that you use, or you start doing things and tweaking things that aren't working and implementing more of the things that are. You start trusting the process and you build within your own brain a model that you can work on that follows that process and improves the things that are working and gets rid of the stuff that isn't. So you only get better and better. And just like compound interest, over time, your results will start to skyrocket. If you stay consistent, who knows where you could be in, say, 6 months, 9 months, or at the end of the year. You could have reached that 100,000 subscribers, especially if you stuck to your goal and didn't just quit after you did a few videos. This applies to any area of your life. So my challenge for you today on day 4 of the Abundance Challenge is to pick a goal that you want to achieve and actually stretch the timelines on it. So how does this look like for you? Maybe your goal is that you want to lose a stone, or I don't know what that is in the US. Let's say 6 kilograms, that's probably not a stone at all, but that gives you an idea. And rather than thinking, I've got to do everything today, I've got to do 7 workouts this week and cut 500 calories from my diet every single day, and then it's just too unsustainable because you're chasing it and things feel too difficult, so you stop, you stretch the timelines out and you think, okay, I know I'm not going to be able to do 7 workouts a week and cut 500 calories from my diet every day. But something I can do is to do 3 workouts a week and cut 200 calories from my diet. It's going to take you longer, but you stick to it so you actually achieve your goal. So this is abundant thinking, just thinking in a much more creative, longer term way. What goal will you choose? Will it be related to YouTube? Do you have a business? Will it be a personal thing? I want you to think much more creatively and stretch your timelines so you can think in a more strategic manner. If this video has given you a different perspective or some moments of real clarity, I'd love for you to share with it with someone who you think could also benefit from the content. And if you missed day 1, 2, and 3 of the challenge, please check it out on my channel, and I look forward to catching up with you again tomorrow for day 5.